What do you do when it gets to be 107, the hottest day of the year? 107. We had a couple of 106s, but this is 107. Well, if it's 107 degrees, you grab a rifle, you get your favorite girl, and you go for a sunset ride. That's right, because it's now down below 100 degrees. So let's see what we got. Okay, there's Chris heading out to where we keep the side-by-sides, tracker off-roads and mules. We got Forrest out there. Hey, no Benelli, leave him alone. We got lots of deer over here. They like the evening time because we feed them a little bit. I'll tell you what, I've got some honeydews. Oh, there's TC right in the middle of the, oh, there's a bunch of boys. Look at all the boys. Look at all the boys out there. Yeah, they like the evening time because they know that Jimmy shows up a lot of times with food. Feeder's gonna go off here in a little bit. And there's the baby, Chris, there's the baby out there. I haven't seen the baby all day long. I'm sure she's had her out somewhere where it's nice and cool. We might as well kind of look at those before we ride, maybe. What do you think? Don't run over my foot. There's the baby out there. I'll bet he thinks these sure are some handsome guys. I wonder which one of these is my daddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big bucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big bucks. The doe and her baby. Now look how good. This is a training from Texas Duck Dog. Duck Dog has got Benelli minded real well. Now Belly, don't go out there. Uh-oh, sounds like the about to fire up the sprinkler bed. Belly, come here. I told her no when we first got back the first day on those deer, and she's really not run at them or done anything. They're a little spooked about her being around. Benelli, come here, come back here. Come on back here, atta girl. Look over here, all the deer are up here. I'm gonna go in there and get some, I got some honeydews cut up. I'm gonna get some and go ahead and give them those honeydews right there. They're all up there waiting. But let me move this thing out of the way over here. Chris is ready to go get in the mule. Let's go to the dam. What do you say we go to the...
No,
let's drive down to the dam. Yeah. We haven't been to the dam in a long time. Let's drive down there and see what we can find, babe. What do you think? Sound like a winner?
I don't.
Sound like a winner to me. Hi, guys and girls. Hi there, guys and girls. All right. That is a bunch of deer right there. Back off of them a little bit. Looky there. Now they're just up here in the little corner. They got a great big pen back behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 deer right there. That's about half of the deer that's back there. Look at Prince Charming. Look how big Prince Charming's antlers have become. You notice that Benelli, she's right here by me. She's staying away from them. And but I'm gonna go in there and get some food and feed them a little bit before we go for our ride. Okay, I got Benelli. Come here, Benelli. Sit. You stay right there with Chris. Sit. I'll call him. You sit. Okay. You got Benelli sitting. And I had got, looky here what I've got. Oh, some melon. And, oh my goodness. Big old pieces of melon. Yeah. Big old pieces of melon. Yeah, here you go for it. You want some? Some of that melon? Big old pieces of melon. What do you say there? This is cold. It was been in the ice box. We've been eating this honeydew out of the garden. I'm sharing with all these guys. I should have cut them up a little bit more into smaller pieces. Made it a little bit easier to give them. You ready for a pee? You like that, don't you? You like that, don't you? Come back here to ice. They're going through it pretty fast here. It's a pretty good bunch of melon. They're going through it in a hurry. No doubt about that. smaller pieces would be a better deal. Okay. That's all I have left right there. That's it. I cleaned that one out in a hurry. All right, let's go to ride. Let's go down to the dam, see what we can find. That was a nice little treat for them, honey. I think they liked it, don't you? I think they did. Oh, one thing I wanted to add. This is just, you get a dog trained at Wade Cashin's Texas Duck Dog, like Benelli. Look at her there. Now I'm talking to her now. I said her name so she come over here. But all the time I was doing that, she sat right there by Chris. We got the other deer. There's the babies over there. Deer over there. I'm getting my everything all sticky because I got sticky on my hand from these honeydews. I'm gonna go wash them. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Get this thing going here. Here we go, baby. No. Leaving all the deer. Oh no, oh yeah, not oh no. All right, Chris and I are gonna go on a little sunset drive. There's the baby back here looking at us. Keep in mind, that's a wild doe. That doe was not born in the pen, it's born in the wild. She just tamed down. See Benelli back there, right where she's supposed to ride. You remember she was afraid of these tractor off-roads and side-by-sides. She was afraid of them during, when she was a puppy. She just would get in right here in my lap and just hold on to me with dear life. Of course, as she got a little bit bigger, I knew she'd learned to love this, and she's loving it right now. She's back here in the back, kind of got her seat all to herself. She'll probably be like Beamer and Daisy were, and she'll feel like that's her seat. So when somebody else is riding back there, they'll have to share with Benelli, because that's how you doing, Benelli? Is that your seat back here, girl? That's nice, isn't it? We still have the wind chill on. We should not have it on this time of the year with 100 degrees. It was down to 99 degrees when we left the house back there. The sun's about to set, so we have a little sunset ride. Go down and down to the dam. We're gonna go down to the Twin Eagle Dam. We hadn't been down there in a while. Grass is probably growing up pretty good. I don't know if Patsy been down there mowing or not. Probably not. We'll find out. We'll drive by the pens. We see the sun setting over the mountain there brightly. Everybody can see what we got up here. It looks like about everybody's back in the back. There they are, way back there. All of them back in the back. We've got all 4 pens open. 3 of them for all the deer, and then 2 of them for these 2 bucks in here that are just really growing great. Look at the racks on those guys. You say, well, Jimmy, those are nothing like what's at the house in the way of racks. Well, no, they're not. They're not anywhere near as large what's at the house. Keep in mind, look at this guy coming over here. He thinks I may have something good for him to eat. Keep in mind, that's the very first racks for these 2 deer. That is their first antlers. I don't know about you, how the deer are in your area, but I would say they think Apache's bringing them vegetables from the garden. That's why they run over here. But I would say that's pretty good set of antlers for the very first horns. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It might be those breed bucks right there. What do you think, baby? They're pretty, aren't they? They sure are. Well, a little bunch of deer right there, and they're gonna skaboodle. My windshield is so dirty, can't hardly see through it. They're gonna run over there to some more deer. Does. That little bunch of does have got no babies with them, which I just don't totally understand that. Unless, I guess the coyotes got their youngins. Huh. I lost them. I know they're, oh, there they go. My windshield is so dirty. That's a little better, Jimmy. It won't focus looking through that filthy, dirty windshield. But there's the deer right there. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get this angle right here at first. There was 5 of those does out there. 5 beauties. walked into the woods. Oh, there it is right there. One going in the woods. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now something they decided they'd all run. Take a look. Oh, Benelli's out. Look at Benelli. Benelli went over and set. You know you're supposed to set when you see them, don't you? Come on, Benelli, kennel. Kennel up. Kennel. Kennel. Good girl. Kennel. Benelli, kennel. Kennel. Good girl. Chris and I are on the road now that goes to the dam. You can see the dam down there. It's late in the evening, so we got a lot of overhanging stuff that's grown. We haven't been on this road much lately. We haven't trimmed, and all of these limbs grow toward daylight. And so you hear those hitting the top of the mule, and lots of limbs that need to be cut and trimmed. I've got cutters that I carry in my four-wheeler here, but I just gave those to Apache. They're doing some trimming with a chainsaw, and they were trimming some with a pair of cutters he had, and they weren't nearly as good as what I had in here. The ones I got in here is old and rusty, and they're pretty dull, but they got a good 4x lever on them that makes the grip a lot stronger, and you can cut a lot bigger limbs with them. But we need a lot of trimming done on this road. We get all these roads trimmed down real good for deer season, so when you're driving on them, you're not running into a lot of limbs and making a lot of extra noise. But you can see the grass has grown up. There's one of our deer stands in the woods right here. Big ladder stand over there, and a feeder back through there. Good little area. Pretty good ways back over here to come over here to hunt. That's the meadow right here. Probably wouldn't be a bad place to have a stand also. A couple of roads come together. That other road goes around by the lake. I didn't go around by it because it's very likely that there might be a big tree limb or something down over the road right there. We'd have to cut out with a chainsaw, which we do not have a chainsaw with us. Kind of wanted to get me one of those battery operated chainsaws. I looked at some DeWalt up at L&M Fleet Supply the other day. They had the DeWalt and Milwaukee tools. Both had guys there demonstrating all their new electric tools. And the DeWalt guy had an electric chainsaw, and I'm telling you what, he was cutting some really big. He had a big old log there, and he kept cutting off ends of that log. Sold several of them, and I can certainly see why. There's where you can see that we've had to cut that tree there. You see that tree there that had fallen across the road and completely blocked this road. Completely blocked it. You see the tree down there. And that happens a lot because this is very definitely a mountain road, an old mountain road. I don't know, old logging type road, although this certainly thing's never been logged for 20 years that we've been here on this ranch. Might have been logged some before that, but it's pretty much still just a native ranch, with the exception of damming up this creek and building Twin Eagle Lake twice. Goddard built it the first time. Mr. Goddard has since died. He's a pilot, he's a war, an ace fighter pilot. Not just a pilot, a fighter pilot, fighting one-on-one during the war. Now, I think an ace, and I'll put this thing in four-wheel drive. I think an ace had to shoot down five airplanes. Keep in mind that was basically hand-to-hand combat in an airplane, and you really had to be able to fly to keep from getting shot down yourself. And I don't know if he ever got shot down or not. If he did, he lived through it. Most of the time you get shot down in those single engine fights, one-man airplanes, you don't make it. But he made it, and died really a ripe old age, very successful, very wealthy. Take a look at Twin Eagle Lake through the trees on this road. I do you remember the You remember the mountain lion we saw right in here one day? You remember that? How'd you slide down a little bit, honey? I need to scoot you back, don't I? Going down that hill, you slid down a little bit, didn't you? Hold on, baby. Hold on. Get up here on the dam in just a minute. Won't be long. Right here's where we saw the mountain lion. I think about it every time I come through here. I think about that mountain lion. Because you don't see a mountain lion very often in these mountains. They're here, but they cover, like, they can cover as much as 200-mile territory. And as we come up, look out there, the Apache hasn't mowed the dam at all. But you see the sun's getting ready to set. Hard to see. We'll make sure we stay on the top part of this dam, don't get on the edges of it, because the edges are really, really steep. And here we are on Twin Eagle Dam. Look out that side, and you look down there for about a mile or so. Beautiful Twin Eagle Lake, late in the evening. Little evening clouds there, a little breeze coming across there. Really, really a lot of plankton, phytoplankton in the water. Got a really good algae bloom going there. Really good algae bloom. Should kill off some of that grass. I thought it killed off a lot of it, but it seemed to come back. We'll look off the other side of this. This is pretty spectacular off the other side of this dam as well. That's what happens when we look off of the other side of the dam. I don't know, you can't really tell how steep that is, but that's really, really steep. That's about 150 or 200 feet down to the bottom of that. And that's where the creek was. That green is where the creek originally was. The water went through out this way. We changed the spillway system and run it out another direction. We'll drive down there and take a look at that. But that's a long way there. Chris said, no. You don't want to drive down below the dam? It's pretty steep, isn't it, honey? No, we don't want to. It's a little scary, I admit. Well, we see right over here, that's where the spillway is now. The water goes over, and it's pretty high there. We need to bring a brush hog down here and brush hog all of this, but we've just been doing lots and lots and lots of things. And the spillway, you can just barely see it there. It's 4 foot wide, 5 foot deep, and it goes down here. And we're not going to go down there, honey. I'm going to turn around right up here on top. And the spillway goes down here and goes off, goes down that, goes over the side of that mountain, and that's where the water runs out of the lake. So that's more money in concrete than I like to think about. And that is Twin Eagle Lake from the dam. Some of y'all have seen this a few times over the years. Some of y'all have just been with us lately, haven't seen it because we haven't been down here in a little while. My partner's house is sitting right on that point. Our house is on down further around that point of land, and then back to the left a little bit. My partner Steve's house is right there on that point we're looking at. He's got water all the way around him. A big bay goes up in there. You can see his boat dock sitting there. His boat dock is sitting right by the boat dock is sitting right by a big pocket that goes up in there to the left. But that's a nice little look at Twin Eagle Lake from the dam. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wouldn't be bad being out there fishing right now, honey. That wind getting right here before dark would be a good time, even with it got to 107 degrees today. It'd be pretty nice out there. Pretty nice out there right now, that's for sure. Looks really, really good. Isn't that pretty? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna come around there and set you up. You slid down a little bit on me here. Chris kind of slid down as we went down that steep hill a bit ago. I'm gonna go straighten her up. Well, Chris and I are in the woods now. You can tell this is actually a road, but it hasn't been mowed, obviously, all year. And we came to a field that we had hayed, a field we'd never hayed before. But we did hay it this year. And I'm hoping that we're... Benelli, kennel. Hey! Benelli, kennel. Kennel. Wants to jump out every time I stop. Can't blame her, she's curious, like a little kid. Yeah, we're still on the road. Gonna go down across the creek that actually Big Canyon Lake is built on. So I guess we call this Big Canyon Creek. Big Canyon Creek is still running a little bit of water, as you can see. barely running water because it hasn't rained in 2 weeks. Get out and get her a drink. I don't blame her for that. Not going to get on here for that. Drive there. And some lights. Vanelli, kennel. Hey, kennel. Get back in. Vanelli, come here. Kennel. Hey, kennel. You might be able to slide back right here. Try to push yourself back right here, honey. This is pretty steep. Another tree we had to cut down over here. You can see that was a big one blocking this road. We had to cut it down. That happens here a lot. There's a lot of trees fall that you don't really see from very often out in the woods, but when they fall across the road like this, you got a problem. Really good ladder stand right there. Ladder stand against that tree. It's a good one. Feeder on cables on a tripod. Tree there just about to fall. This is a big food plot out here that we plant Ocmulgee River buckmaker food plot in, and we hayed this. We got a lot of hay out of it, and you can see that it's really high again. You see just how high it is, extremely high, and you can see that we hayed all of this. And you can see how high it is here in the front of the mule. It's above the lights. We're going to be able to hay it again. We're about to our sunset tour. That's pretty high. Let's clear up to the windshield. Clear up to the windshield on this mule. Look at that. That's high. Red sky and that night, sailor's delight. That's a big bunch of deer out there. I don't know. They're awfully big. That's an elk right there, surely. Yeah, that's an elk. And the elk's gonna run, so the deer are gonna run. Several deer. And there they go. And the elk causes them to run. The deer, we're just gonna stay there and let us look at them. But the elk changed all that. Okay. And there is our romantic sunset view. The sunset was probably a lot prettier about 10 or 15 minutes ago when we were in the woods. But there is our romantic sunset view of Big Canyon Lake. Big Canyon Lake is still low. It does go way up around there. You see where those trees are. There's water that goes all the way back. That's actually a boat dock, so it goes all the way back behind there. Can't see the water from where we're sitting right here. That's the big part of the lake, and we're looking at the dam. Absolutely loaded with big bass. Yes, sir. And that is the way to end a day that made it to 107 degrees.